going to give away a $25 Chili's gift card.
Saturdays and Sundays in the morning, those are during our brunch hours, so it'll be walk-ins only.
Well, Avery, I have something to tell you. Big mistake.
If you're with me, comment Team Badaki down below. And if you're not, respectfully, you, okay? Because right now, I'm not okay.
Not really relevant, really what happens to me for the rest of the year.
Whatever you do, I swear to God, if I see Devin Singletary on the field,
I'm gonna make a bet.
I got so excited when I saw that you wanted to make a bet. It is Thanksgiving. Not only am I thankful for all of you clowns for making me look like a genius where I just dominate y'all week in and week out, but I am so thankful that I decided to spend my plane ride writing up a little poem for everybody here. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, mean every single word.
Congratulations. You've made it to Thanksgiving, probably the best day of the calendar year. You might be saying, well, okay, why is Thanksgiving the best day? Not only the best holiday, but maybe the best day.
On this Thanksgiving day, I give my cheer for the joy of a season so grand this year. Around the table, we gather as kin, but in fantasy football, I always win.
Thanksgiving is a day that is celebrated for two things. Number one, eating food. I am so good at that. I eat so much food. I really like food a lot. And so a day where you eat, a day that's centered around eating, holy smokes, count me in. The other thing you do, though, is you eat while football is on the entire day. NFL football. And granted, the games don't look that good this year. But if they were good, then my food coma would probably have to wait. What this allows me to do is go into a food coma, pay halfway attention to the games, but sit there and just enjoy the vibes, right?
Avery pours cider, sweet as her dreams, but her sleepers are burnt, not part of my schemes.
This is the best holiday of the year. If you like food and football, I do, the two primary Fs, then I don't know of a better holiday. So happy Thanksgiving to you. We're thankful you watched the show. I'm thankful that I'm in second place now. I'm also thankful that of most of the creators, almost all of them are sucking. So it's turned out to be a pretty good fantasy football season so far.
If you look at these standings right here, 11 out of the 12 teams, RIP Bush, 11 out of the 12 teams are either in the postseason or are one game back of the playoffs with 2 games to play, meaning pretty much, RIP Bush, everybody is live.
All right, so we're into week 13, and unfortunately, we are in dead last, and we are unchallenged. We're 4-8. We're on a 4-game losing streak. The only person sadder than me right now is Badake, who's on a 5-game losing streak.
Badaki brings stuffing, so hearty and thick, yet his team's like gravy, a little too slick.
Obviously, Zach is 9-3, which is he's most likely clinched the playoffs. I think he needs to win in week 13 to officially do that.
We pretty much need one more win to secure the bye week in the playoffs. So here's what I wanted to do. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, I know earlier in the year we had a little, if we hit 10 wins, we'd give out a Chili's gift card. Now, don't say I ain't done nothing for y'all ever, okay? Don't ever say that. But in the spirit of Thanksgiving, we're going to give away a $25 Chili's gift card. And here's how you can enter.
Then you have Avery, Austin, and Mason, who all essentially, if they win this week, are all going to be making the playoffs.
Look, there's so many different opinions on what the best foods are at Thanksgiving, what the worst ones are. Let's just settle this debate and let's compare all of the classic foods in Thanksgiving to each creator and the devs as a whole in the Flock League.
All you need to do is comment your favorite moment from the Flock League in 2024. It doesn't have to include me. But comment your favorite moment from the Flock League in 2024. And the comment with the most likes will get a Chili's gift card if I beat Joe this week and secure the #1 bye. So again, the rules to entry, very simple. Comment your favorite moment from the Flock League this year. Doesn't have to be about me. And then if I beat Joe, secure the bye, then one of you is getting some free Chili's triple dippers, baby. I want my baby back. Chili's baby back ribs. It's going to be on me for one of you. Good luck.
Mason is going against Nathan. So that's going to be an interesting matchup there.
Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I am fresh off of a 2-hour Ultimate Frisbee game where I ran at least 65 miles.
Okay, I did decide to make a waiver move this week because I have a ton of waiver dollars left, and I'm probably not going to use them on a defense. I've got the Steelers defense. I really have more than I need, so I'm just going to start burning it on players that I think that people may want to pick up so I can block them from getting them. The first one's going to be Devon Vele. He was probably the only waiver pickup in our league this week. So I went ahead and dropped whatever, I think it was $31 plus one, whatever the creator had the most plus one. So I'm assuming I won, and I did. Yeah, I won by quite a bit.
Avery spent $32 on Devon Vele.
I honestly don't care. I don't really want Devon Vele again. I'm just kind of playing defense at this point.
The next closest bidder was $3.
Nathan brings his sides. His roster's a mess. Would trades have bait like undercut dress?
I've still got more waiver dollars than every other creator, so I'll probably do it one more time.
Next to Avery, there is no one that I would rather demolish and expose as one of the biggest frauds in the league, and Mason is that guy. Mason's a turkey. I'm a turkey hunter. This is the gosh dang turkey bowl. Let's go.
Obviously, Mason's got his whole bug thing going on.
It's yours truly versus the little bug, Nathan.
We just need to get this out of the way. Let's start with Mason. He is objectively the turkey. He gobbles all day. He thinks he's the main course and the star of the show, when in reality he's dry. No one actually really likes him, and he's just there because of tradition. The Pilgrims had turkey hundreds of years ago, which is almost as long as it's been since Mason last won $150,000 on Underdog.
We already know what we did to this guy way back in week 2. I mean, I dropped the hammer, 118 points. I don't know if anybody scored that many points, I mean, really at all this season other than yours truly.
Nathan's got his whole, I suck at fantasy football shtick going on.
Last time I took on Mason, I was not even close to full strength. I had no Puka Nacua. Josh Jacobs wasn't hot. George Pickens had Justin Fields throwing him the ball. I've got a bunch of pieces. Hawkinson is back healthy too. I am 1,000% more confident that I can absolutely obliterate him this week. I'm going to make a bet.
I got so excited when I saw that you wanted to make a bet. I went, oh, okay. Well, obviously, yours truly doesn't lose bets. We're 3-0 with them. We crushed you last time. We got to see you singing and dancing, hooting and hollering. It was a grand old time for everyone. Well, okay, he's going to come up with a fun bet for us. I mean, last time he wanted to make a bet, what did he want me to do? He wanted me to call him handsome, tell him that I like him, say that he's good at fantasy football. So I was very interested to see what you were going to say.
The loser of this challenge has to wear a turkey hat.
Are you freaking kidding me? My team's so strong. Look at me. I'm so strong. Gobble, gobble. You got to wear a turkey hat.
And yeah, what type of turkey hat are you talking about? Well, let me just show you. I mean, just on Amazon, turkey hat. There's a ton of beautiful looking ones here. Oh, this one is Black Friday deal, only $16.
I'll accept the bet. You can wear a turkey hat next week if you want to. I just want to let the viewers know that if it was up to me, the bet would be the loser tattoos the winner's name on their butt.
That looks like the one right there. Spooktacular Creations.
I have the stones. I know I'm going to win. So I'd be willing to do something like that. I'd be willing to put that on the line. But Nathan, he's so confident that what he's willing to do is he's willing to say he'll wear a turkey hat.
I mean, check this out. Mason, the loser of our matchup has to wear this beautiful turkey hat in next week's midweek video.
I just heard about the bet between Nathan and Mason.
Zach carves the turkey with bold, reckless flair, but his picks, like the wishbone, break under despair.
I have to make the parallel here. Has anybody watched New Girl? If you haven't, great show. If you have watched New Girl, these guys are like the character Winston right now, right? If you know Winston, he does pranks, all right? Pranks, bets, kind of the same type of category. And he's either way too drastic or it's the smallest prank ever and it's not impactful. And you can see one side of it. Nathan is like, hey, let's do a bet. One has to wear a turkey hat. And everyone's like, all right. I mean, okay, let's do it. And then the other side, you got Mason, who's like, I want to tattoo your name on my ass. I mean, there's literally, they're the character Winston when you combine them in the Flock League. Anybody agree? Can we relate?
And then you have Thomas, Danny, and Joe, who are all 6-6, one game behind Avery, Austin, and Mason, which is pretty incredible. And any of those guys could easily make the playoffs as well.
Probably the most important matchup here is actually going to be Danny versus Badaki. Because if Danny loses, he falls to 6-7. He's presumably out of the fantasy football playoffs. And Badaki moves up to 6-7. And it will make it a must-win game for both of them in week 14.
This is the battle of the underperforming creators. You've got Danny, who started off hot. He was the face of the league. He was cussing a million times on the videos. And all of a sudden, his team disappeared.
It is crunch time, boys. We play Badaki, our rival, this week. We are one game up in the standings. There's 2 games separating 2nd from 11th. The Flock League has never been closer. But if we win this week, we may very well be on the road to punching our playoff spot. Guys, I need your all-out best. Tyreek, Thursday night. I understand it's going to be chilly. Chase Brown, bell cow running back. Great Cincinnati offense. You play Pittsburgh, a run funnel defense. Let's get going, young man.
Danny brings rolls so fluffy and light, but his season crumbles by Monday night.
And then we got Tyrone Tracy against my beloved Dallas Cowboys. Listen, this is an ode to Brian Daboll. Hear me out. You're looking at me right now. Whatever you fucking do, you're a 2-9 football team. I swear to God, if I see Devin Singletary on the field poaching touchdowns from Tyrone Tracy because you want to punish the 5th-round rookie for a couple fucking fumbles, are we serious? Maybe that's the reason you're getting fucking canned after the season. I mean,
You know, you're enjoying all of these savory elements of the Thanksgiving meal, and then all of a sudden someone brings in the cranberry sauce, and it's like, boom, I'm here. And then you just start pouring it on everything, and you start trying it with different combinations on the turkey, on the homemade rolls, on the freaking like mashed potatoes if you want to. And that to me is just 100% Danny in this league. When Danny is winning and when Danny's feeling really good, he's going to let you know, and he's kind of the life of the party.
Docky, ready for a good fight, brother.
All right, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm not going to fill you with all this fluff and waiver wise this. No. Okay, what is my main goal this week? I need to win. Point blank period. I'm going against Danny. There's some things that are in my favor with Breece Hall not practicing. Does he practice or play this week? I don't know. I need to win. I need to get to the playoffs. I'm on a 5-game losing streak. If I go on a 6-game losing streak, my mental health is probably not going to be okay. It's really not okay.
Then you got Badaki. He's easily the gravy of the group. This guy's version of ranting and raging in a car is saying in the most calm possible voice, I feel like the Kermit the Frog gif where I'm gonna jump off a building.
If you're with me, comment Team Badaki down below. And if you're not, respectfully, fuck you, okay? Because right now, I'm not okay. And if I'm being a little aggressive at you, that's fantasy football. This is what the game of fantasy football can do to your mental health.
I'm sure you've already heard it at this point. Danny crying, going, oh my God, Breece Hall didn't practice.
So news drops on Wednesday that Breece Hall DNP after the bye week with his knee injury, knee soreness, whatever. I go to pick up Braylon Allen. And we got the fucking last place team in the league going and picking Braylon Allen up, talking about, I need running back production.
And then I grab Braylon Allen when there's news that Breece Hall's not going to be potentially playing on Sunday.
Buddy, you're eliminated. You're not even in the competition at this point. You're just doing it to cuck me. And yes, I'm referring to my co-host there with Corey. Like, buddy, you didn't need Braylon Allen. You're not going to make the playoffs anyways. Like, cool, you need to win one matchup against one of the worst teams in the league in that week 15, week 16 toilet bowl. Go ahead. Fucking going out there and picking up my running back a second before I get on the wire. I mean, fair play. You want Braylon Allen? I message you. I'm like, hey, listen, you're a Bucs fan. I'll give you the Bucs defense plus a receiver for Braylon Allen since I need him this week. You're like, I would only trade him for a startable running back. All right, buddy, have your Braylon Allen. He's going to rush 16 times for 48 yards this week, and he's not going to do anything in your lineup.
Danny, we already all know, okay, you don't have a good training staff. You don't have a single physical trainer in the building. You don't have any equipment. I'm pretty sure all your team does is sit there, play Call of Duty, smoke, and have zero physical conditioning. Get these guys in the building, get them working, and maybe you won't be dealing with injuries 24/7.
And honestly, the luckiest fantasy player here as well. I mean, if you had a clone Mason and his luck is Joe as well.
We got Zach here playing Joe. And this is pretty much, look, I'm going to be straight honest with you guys. As a very big fan of Joe and his winning streak, there is a 0% chance Joe wins this matchup.
So as we all probably agree, this is the matchup between the two best teams, the two best owners, managers in the league. Obviously, at number one, you have Joe. Again, you guys should be following every movement that Joe makes in this league. So this is my official video for Fantasyland. Here are my starts of the week in week 13. Guys who are going to dominate. Josh Allen, sure. But I also am going to tell you to start Gus Edwards with confidence. Kenneth Gainwell with confidence. You're going to start the duo of Xavier Legette and Adam Thielen with confidence.
Then you got Zach. He is objectively the pie. Everyone gets excited about the pie. Everyone is so entertained by Zach every single episode. He by far has the best content out of any of us.
I appreciate the compliment, Nathan, saying I'm pie, but the reality is, look, pie is not a part of the main course, all right? We are kind of like an afterthought when you get through that main course and then you have more room in your stomach. So I think what's more appropriate is to say we're sweet potato casserole. Why? Because you can have me as a main, you can put me on the side, or baby, you can finish with me as dessert. You know what I'm saying? That triple threat.
And it also helps that he's like 9-3 and probably gonna get the first round bye.
My dad is so proud of me.
None of that garbage matters. Joe's on a 4-game winning streak. Joe is a magician. He's a time traveler.
So I need to do some more research. It's not good enough just to say, okay, guys, let's play our hardest. No, I got to go to ChatGPT. I got to say, has time travel been invented?
He just got done with the other Australian last week. I mean, hell, he knows how to cook some shrimp on the Barbie.
And this is what ChatGPT is feeding me. They're saying, as of now, time travel, often depicted in science fiction where people or objects can move forward or backward in time at will, has not been invented. This is another example of AI not giving me the information that they know they have. They know very well that time travel has been invented. I need to go beyond ChatGPT. I need to go into the dark web. Does anybody have a link to the dark web?
And then you have myself, who's on a 5-game losing streak, Nathan, Sal, and Tom.
You know, I just want to push ChatGPT a little further here, and let's see how conscious they actually are. Are you lying to me? You lying to me? Tell me time travel is not real? Are you lying to me right now? If you suspect something I've said is incorrect or incomplete, feel free to ask more questions and we can explore the topic further. Look at that little smiley face. I know what you're doing. I know you are lying to me. No, I want...
Now going over to Avery versus Sal, this is interesting, right? Because Sal has clawed his way from the bottom. Currently, Sal is ahead of both Bush and a developer in the league standings.
This week, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because we're facing Avery, who I would argue at this point right now, for the rest of the season, is easily the best team in the league.
On a 2-game winning streak, we step in this week into the arena. We are going to face Sal this week.
Avery's the mashed potatoes of the group. When the butter and the cream and the salt and the potatoes, all the ratios are perfectly there. I mean, you knock it out of the park, and everyone's going to let you know, hey, the potatoes are here. The potatoes are really good. Everyone wants a little more. And that's like Avery's team when he drops 180 points. But, you know, every other week he drops 120 or less, and as low as like 80 points and loses to Joe.
You know, we've learned a lot about Sal, I think, through this series. A lot of people really are like, yeah, Sal carries the series. A lot of people are like, man, I don't think Sal should even be on this freaking series. So it's kind of funny. It seems like Sal's a pretty polarizing guy, but I feel like I have a pretty good opinion of Sal at this point.
Avery is currently projected for the most points in the league at 136. And when you look at this guy's fucking team of Jaden Daniels, Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones, Jacoby Myers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, let's keep scrolling. Brock Bowers, the best tight end in fantasy, T. Higgins, and Justin Jefferson in your flex spot. I mean, come on. This is the team I have to compete with.
It's getting serious, man. Like, Joe is a better fantasy player than he's led anyone on to believe. I mean, just today, he sends me a trade offer, and I see it, and I instantly get insulted. And then I'm starting to think to myself, like, man, does he know something that I don't know? Because I would never even consider this trade. This is like a disrespectful trade offer from in any other league I'm in. I get this trade offer, I'm looking at it, I'm like, are you trying to insult me? But when Joe sends it my way, I'm like, like, should I consider this trade offer? And this is what he sent me.
We are on a 2-game win streak, our first 2-game win streak since early in the season. We did it because we have abandoned the 2 things that every creator wants to do: change their name, change their profile picture.
So the last few weeks, we've had a very successful time, not only winning, but just destroying our opponents even before the matchup begins. We did it 2 weeks ago with Nathan. We got the bug spray, we killed the bug.
I feel like everyone has their own version of the homemade family recipe rolls that one of the family members brings to the meal every single year, and that 100% is Sal. The turkey thinks that he's the main course and, the main attraction of the Thanksgiving meal. No. It is the home-cooked family recipe Sal that everyone is here to see, and everyone in the league loves him. No one dislikes Sal, except for Mason the turkey, who's just jealous of him every single week.
Last week, we did it with Bush. We came out with the diss track. We got Kendrick Lamar on this channel. Kendrick Lamar came on this channel, a friend of mine, we called in a favor, and then we actually motivated Kendrick Lamar from the fuel that he had from dissing and ending Bush in Toronto yet again. And then he dropped his album, potentially one of his better albums. It was all great.
And Sal, the jester, with cranberry sauce, talks a big game, but his lineup's a loss.
But Avery made a grave mistake last week. He made a grave mistake because when he came on this channel and told you beautiful people, I have a black photo, just a black color photo. I have no name. We're staying in the darkness. It's Zero Dark Avery.
Zero Dark Avery this week.
Well, Avery, I have something to tell you. Big mistake.
Zero Dark Avery. Serious Avery. However Avery wants to brand himself. I want to remind you, Avery is the guy that uses the terminology weenie butt loser as an insult. Yes, I want to remind you. Avery is the freaking heck weenie butt loser insulter.
Joe sends me Josh Allen, and I get to send him this is all it would take, is Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Taylor, and Baker Mayfield. And again, I think we all agree this is a terrible trade. But I'm sitting here thinking, like, what does he know that I don't know? Or could it be reverse psychology? Could Josh Allen be getting injured this week? Is that what's happening? Does Joe know that Josh Allen's about to get a torn ACL or something? I don't want to wish that, by the way. This is Joe's doing, not mine.
First off, and less importantly, every single person that is watching this most likely has lights. We all have lights, so we can absolutely expose you. We all have flashlights this day and age, so there's nothing to worry about there. I'm not concerned that you're in the darkness. I'll just shine a light literally on you. But more importantly, way more importantly, is I have a friend. I have a friend that was born in the darkness, and his name is
Bane. That's right, Avery, this is Bane. Now you say you love the darkness, you're staying in the darkness, but you merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it, molded by it, and I've given Sal the tools and experience to take you down.
Sal decided to change his name to Bane. Number one, I'm not playing this. This is the anti what I'm doing. I'm not playing this game of changing my name, changing my profile picture. But number two, you went through all of this trouble. You're essentially penning me as Batman, which again, I'm not Batman. I'm not anybody, but whatever. But you're penning me as Batman, and so you decide, I'm gonna pick a villain, and then you're like, it would be fitting because darkness is a villain from Batman. And then you think more, Sal. You're like,
oh, Avery, you come here throwing shots at somebody you should not be throwing shots at, thinking that you're Batman himself. Oh, far from it.
You know what? You know what probably the best Batman series is? The Dark Knight trilogy. And I'm like, yeah, actually, I agree with you, Sal. And you're like, I'm gonna pick a villain from there. I'm like, you go right ahead, you've got this. And you pick Bane. Bane, are you kidding me? Bane was a whiny kid that all he ever did was jump out of a well, and then he died at the end of, Bane? You had Heath Ledger Joker right there, Sal. Not only does this dude not watch ball, I'm convinced this dude has not watched the entire Dark Knight trilogy. You had Heath Ledger Joker, arguably the best movie villain of all time. At your fingertips, you went into the same trilogy and you picked Bane. That alone is why you should lose. Bane, seriously, Bane. What's he wearing on his face?
It's your mother's panties, Avery.
This man is on fire. Oh my gosh, he is crushing.
I better win this week because this costs $50 on Amazon.
And then Bush and Austin. Man, Bush.
Then we have Bush.
Bush.
Not really relevant, really what happens to me for the rest of the year. I guess I could avoid a bye week in the toilet bowl by, winning the last 2 games and hopefully, some other guys get a bye. The way that the toilet bowl works is this. I'll just explain it to everybody out there.
Bush serves the pie, statistics in tow, but numbers alone won't make his team glow.
I'm not going to lie to you. Every single week that I hear Bush talk about his team, I think about a 5-year-old asking his mom and dad at the table if he really has to eat the green beans left on his plate. And I feel so sorry for all of you that have to listen to Bush talking about his horrible 4-8 team where he's made a ton of terrible moves this year and has not for the life of him been able to get his hands on an RB2. Love you, Bush.
I'm going to get a bye because I'm in 12th right now. The 11 seed, who Steven Swigall, would also get a bye. And then you basically just have to win a game to not be the toilet bowl loser and win the honor of wearing a t-shirt of the winner of this league. So
What are you, a medium, a large? We'll get that going. I already know Mason's on it. He probably has a shirt already made for you waiting. He probably always had, since maybe, week 5.
going up against Austin this week, I mean, you guys know Austin's got the best team of any dev and probably most creators.
And that leaves us with the devs. They are objectively the stuffing. They are the substance of the turkey, Mason. Without the stuffing, without the devs, Mason the turkey is absolutely nothing. He's as dry as can be.
Not going to be an easy matchup for me this week, considering I'm in literal dead last in this league. And he's got McCaffrey and Bijan and CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Hurts. He's just got this great team. So we are a big-time underdog this week.
I want to root for you in this matchup, right? I want to come through and say, okay, well, Bush wins. He goes to 5-8. No impact on yours truly. Bush is so far at the bottom of the barrel. He was in the losers bracket back in week 2 already.
We're probably hoping we get lucky this week, and hopefully we have Braylon Allen to play at RB2 and Breece Hall doesn't end up playing. But we're at a point now where even if I get a bye in the toilet bowl, I'm not losing this league until I lose the toilet bowl. So week 16 and 17 is when I might actually be, the next time you see me and the next time I'm actually paying attention to what I'm doing here.
It's also worth noting that in this league, we push the trade deadline back because why not? It is so competitive, and I think that adds just even more to the league. So the trade deadline is now this week, Thanksgiving week. So there's a lot going on, but you can be damn sure I have some irons in the fire. For the person who I think could not get a deal done, nobody wanted to trade with me the first 5 weeks. And now over these past 5 weeks, I believe I've gotten like 6 or 7 deals done to the point where I believe I personally have, like if we were to just say rest of season, a top 5, probably top 3 team in this league, arguably at this point. I have some irons in the fire, and there's a chance that, maybe by the time I'm done recording this here clip, there's a chance that I get a deal done that is massive. A deal done that not only improves my team and the person that I'm trading with team, but makes my team, I think, a certified top 3 team in the league. And if I enter the playoffs, a real contender to win this league.
All right, so me and Sal got a trade offer on the table right now where he would be giving me Brian Robinson and Evan Ingram, where I would be giving up Travis Kelce. Now, notoriously, I have no RB2 on my team. So Brian Robinson would actually be a huge help, knowing that I'd have a guy that I can start each and every week. The problem is, and Sal seems oddly excited to do this deal, and it's making me not want to do it. I haven't actually told Sal officially that I'm not going to do the deal. I'm just going to let him know through this video that I'm not going to end up doing it.
Well, as some of you have correctly pointed out in this series, Sal will literally do anything but watch football. He always talks about how, I was on Sunday during all the games, I was out to brunch and I was doing this and I forgot this and I was at Friendsgiving and I was checking my phone. And so we know Sal doesn't watch football. I don't even think it would be of any advantage to me if Sal was, decided to start watching football this week. So I figure we just might as well remove all doubt with that, right? And so let's go ahead and do something here. I'm going to find, because Sal's such a big brunch guy, which I'm not going to lie to you, I will never tell another man that I've had brunch in my life. I'm just saying I won't. But let's look for some brunch places. This looks like someplace you can get brunch, breakfast, weekend brunch. This is perfect. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this place and we are going to get Sal a reservation. And again, if Sal doesn't want to show up to the reservation, then I guess at that point I'll cancel it for whatever else he decides to do instead of watch football. But I figured it would be nice, and honestly, I'll pay for Sal's brunch. And so we are going to call this place right now and reserve salad table for Sunday.
Hi, thank you for calling Caroline. This is Shauna. How might I be of service for you this afternoon?
Hi, do you guys take reservations?
For when?
It would be Sunday around 11 o'clock.
No. So during Saturdays and Sundays in the mornings, those are during our brunch hours. So it'll be walk-ins only. Brunch is from like 7 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, cool. I'll let my buddy know. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Have a good day.
You too. Well, darn, they don't take reservations. Oh well. So I guess I mean either A, I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to have brunch with Sal, or B, he'll find something else to do besides watch football, right? So I can't say I didn't try, right?
Oh, Avery with the brunch bit. I like the idea of the bit. You seem like a great guy. But come on, you're trying to get into my head, do egg on my face, no pun intended, with some brunch? I love brunch. I'm going to be going to brunch after the turkey trot in about an hour or so. Yeah, I was at brunch earlier this year and Evan Ingram gets scratched and I lose to you. The only reason I lost to you, by the way, and it won't happen again. I've learned my lesson. But I love brunch. Shoot me. Kill me if I like eating some eggs, laughing with the friends over some OJ. You get a nice little baked good as a starter. We all love to do that, right? Why not dessert for breakfast? Look, here's the thing. Brunch isn't going to get in my head. I love brunch. So this is something that is honestly convenient for me. So I want to say thank you, but pick a better place. Caroline's, nothing against Caroline's, a nice kind of touristy place on Congress, but for the most part, we're not going there. Pick a better place. I won't be going to that reservation.
You know, I could be 100% irrational about my own comparison to a Thanksgiving food. I could compare myself to a head coach like John Harbaugh, just like Bush decided to, even though that's like the last coach I would have thought to compare him to in this league. Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm like that extra dessert that family member brings to the table, and it looks really good at face value, and some people are brave enough to try it out, and then they take a bite and then they just push it to the side. They sneak it into the trash can without anyone looking, and it's kind of just left on the table alone for the rest of the night.
In the spirit of Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to all of you, I thought I would just share a couple of things that I am thankful for.
In the spirit of Thanksgiving, I want to get really serious here. And
First off, specifically this week, I'm thankful for light, because Avery believes that the darkness is his key to victory when he's going to get clearly exposed by, something as simple as light. I am also thankful for my friend Bane, who stopped by and was able to teach me some of the lessons on avoiding and defeating the darkness. But now let's get into some more serious topics here. I'm thankful for Bo Nix.
I want to say a huge thank you to the league for letting me draft Derrick Henry at the 210.
Next up in the priority order here, and this is indeed the priority order, I would put my mother on that list. My mother is a great woman, not as quite up to par with Bo Nix in terms of what I am thankful for and how much they've impacted and contributed to my life, but my mother would be next on that list. Right below that, and it is very close below that, will be peanut butter.
I just want to thank Bush for trading for Brandon Ayuk from me.
Anything with peanut butter, you throw it on chocolate, banana, toast, a sandwich. Ooh, my God, I'm about to go eat some of that right after this.
And I appreciate all of the boys in this league. I appreciate you guys so much. I also want to give a big old thank you to Bush for drafting Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes in the 3rd and 4th round. We could not be more grateful. Thank you for your service.
And then, of course, all you beautiful people. All you beautiful people in the Flock League. We get to do this. We get to have fun. We get to bring it to you guys every single week. Hopefully you're enjoying it and we can keep doing it in the future. I am thankful for the entire Flock League, except for Avery.
So I raise my glass with gratitude true for a league that's competitive, not really, spirited and new. I'm thankful for victories, my dynasty strong, and your laughter and banter all season long. As the feast unfolds, I'll share in the cheer, but deep in my heart, I'm the champ this year. I'm thankful for all of y'all. I'm thankful to beat Nathan this week. I'm thankful to secure the bye, and I am thankful to have my face on the t-shirt at the end of this season.